Hey, welcome back. Last week we worked on the Town and Country, went and picked up a CD009 for the Camaro, and this week we're going to try to see if we can finish the Town and Country, which we're going to start on something else, so whatever. And see if we can get it to the point that's ready to sell. We're going to see if we can knock this Jeep out right quick. It doesn't need a lot of stuff, but it needs a couple of things. And see if we can knock it out and get it sold or ready to sell. So if we can get both those sold, we need to collect some cash on those cars so we can buy LS swap parts. I've already actually been spending money, so, got to replace that. So anyways, I'm going to get this Jeep jacked up and show y'all what we're going to start with, and we'll go from there. Sound good? All right, I got the car up, and I'm going to show you what we're going to start with. Way back there is a carrier bearing. That carrier bearing is bad. I ordered a carrier bearing for it. We'll see if we can get it to come apart or not. I may have to actually order a drive shaft. But to get the drive shaft out of this thing, you have to drop this exhaust. That giant muffler all the way back to this little resonator, or that's the resonator. This is, I don't know, whatever. But you have to start back here, then go up there and unbolt it, drop it down, slide it over. Then you can get to the drive shaft. So that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to spray. There's one hanger right there. We'll spray it down with some WD and see if I can pry it loose. We'll see how that goes. Just like that. Anyways, I was trying to hold the camera and do it at the same time, but nonetheless, just pry it off there. It'll come right off. Move forward and see what else we can find. There is, I think, another. I don't know if you can see it. I think there's another hanger somewhere up there, but we're not going to worry about it. All right, I got under here this giant thing. Good grief, it's big. Anyways. I'm going to unbolt both sides. There's another bracket over there that you can't see. And then you've got 4 bolts, 2 on each side for the exhaust. And then this thing should be able to sit down on the ground. I can push it out of the way and we'll be fine. There's absolutely no room under here really to do this. So filming it's kind of tough. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so since I've had this vehicle, it's had a rattly exhaust and an exhaust leak on this side. I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell. There's a socket where they join right there. It's like a ball socket. That's all the way tight, but it's not actually tight. So you can tell somebody's, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. So we put brand new cats on it at one time, and they come back to these ball sockets. And this one's loose too, but not nearly as bad. But both sides leak right there. As far as the exhaust goes, I have since I've had this vehicle. I drove it all the way across America like that. So, but now that that's out, which was a hassle, there's a heat shield right here, and then a smaller heat shield back there, and then we're actually to the to the drive shaft, and we can get it out. I'm hoping those Allen bolts are 10 millimeter, but I'm pretty sure they're not. That's the size I brought down here. I'm not sure if I have a different size. And then it just bolts in, I think, back in the back. I wanted to show, I got all this heat shielding off. I want to show you all this carrier bearing. You see that? Yeah, that dude's toast. It was making a little bit of noise when I started my trip. I was like, oh, if it'll survive, it'll be fine. And it has been, but it is toast. If you're curious, those were not 10 mils. Don't know what they are, but that's what I brought down here with me. And I haven't even considered looking at that yet. So, let me see if I can figure out what this is and get the drive shaft actually out of here. And then we'll tackle the carrier bearing itself and see if we can get it out and apart. Well, you see all that black up there? At first, I didn't even cross my brain to even look at it. But now that I started taking these bolts loose, let me show you what's up. By the way, these have Loctite on them, you know, for obvious reasons. Let me see if I can get this all lined up. There we go. Can you see all that grease? Basically, I think, so up in here, this part is a rubber boot. And I don't think they're supposed to be greasing that. I think that's supposed to be dry. This end is known to be bad on these Grand Cherokees quite often. I have a feeling we're going to get this out and I'm going to end up having to order a drive shaft because that's non-serviceable. We'll look at it once I get it out, but, you know, this is one of those things in life, I'm pretty sure I'm right. So let's get it out and look at it, but we may change the entire thing instead of trying to put a carrier bearing in it, and we'll look at it and check it in a minute. Well, I got the transmission side loose, and I'm just kind of going to hang in here on a bracket. Of course, got the carrier bearing loose. Taking every bolt out of this flange. This thing I have beat with a hammer, pried on with a screwdriver, pried on with a 4-way lug wrench, which is laying there. It should let go, but it sure doesn't want to. I've been doing this for way longer than I'm proud of. At this point, I don't know. I mean, it should let go, I would think. Maybe. Yeah, you got any good ideas? I don't. I got it out. I decided to stop hitting it with my purse and we got the BFH and just beat on it until it came loose. That was the answer. They make a different version of this for a different rear end. I think they abandoned this style, as best I can tell. But anyways, it's out. Let me show you what's up. See all that grease? It's where the part actually goes together. I kind of wiped it down in a little spot. This is a CV joint. It ain't supposed to sound like that. So it was on its way out. It wasn't garbage yet, but it was almost. And then, look there. See that? That was about done. Also, this was howling. You can hear it when you went down the road. It actually could have been that CV joint, I don't know. And then I'll have to knock that coupler off still. But here's the bad news. I can order a used one, have it Monday or Tuesday from a junkyard, but it's going to be the same condition or worse. A new one from Chrysler, I think was $1,100 locally. They didn't have one, but they could have it by like Wednesday. But Friday I can order one off eBay, I think, and it will be here Friday for like $450. So I know I'm just gonna have to wait, and that'll just be in the next video, and we'll have to work on this thing in the next video. We'll move on to the van. We'll finish it up and get it just ready to sell. And we'll get back on this thing, I guess, next week. However, I was overworking on it. So anyways, yeah. I know some of y'all are like, you should have just sent this, but I can't sell this thing for the, for the money I got to have out of it and feel good about it and sleep at night. So anyways, let's get back to work. Hey, on Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be doing a live stream. Come join me. I'd appreciate it. Now back to the scheduled programming. Hey, guess what? We're going back to the junkyard. Man, I love the junkyard. I just do. We may even go to more than one. We need a back seat for this minivan. I'm going to show you what it does because it's powered and it's all jacked up. And I'll show you why we need it. Let's do that. All right, so you can see that both sides are down. We have them down. We put the kids' wheelchairs back here. So we're going to do just this side first. It says normal. So it'll come up on its own. All right. Let's see if we can get the back to come up. See, something's stuck in it. And the other side was just like this. And I worked and worked and worked on it. I couldn't get it to do anything. So let's do the other side, just see if we can hit normal on it. Well, this side is actually missing the parts, but yeah, see? Big time junk. But see, yeah. This thing's a freaking mess. Anyways, let's go see if we can find some seats. We desperately need some. That's why I wanted to go manual, just to be done with it. Well, we've made it back to the junkyard. They had gotten one new van in. I went and looked at it. Somebody already stripped it, actually. It looks like it may have came in that way. You never know. But I want to show y'all this Jeep Cherokee. Yeah. Somebody put her on her lid. That must have been a wild ride. Man. Whew. Poor old thing. I found this Town and Country. It also has the powered seats. Who knows if they work or not. Of course, I can always bring them back. I just didn't want to deal with it. I may pull them if we can't find nothing else and just give them a shot. So we'll see how that goes. I think I will just go ahead and get them. Got those bad boys pulled out. I'm loaded up in the cart. If you ever have to do these on the electric ones that are in and you can't get them to release the legs, if you just pull these on both sides, it'll release, and then you can move them and unbolt them. I also got the rear view camera out of this guy. The one in the Jeep is bad. I don't know that it's the same, but I don't know that it ain't. I bet it's cheap enough to try, so we'll give that a shot. Let's ride around and see what else we can find. There's supposed to be like a mid-90s Camaro here somewhere. I'd like to take a look at it before we left. So as some of y'all remember, the last time I was here, I pulled a door handle off this Town and Country, and it stole some tools and I couldn't get them out. I kind of upset about it. So, you know, I'll come back for a vengeance. I took off the striker plate and the latch. We'll see if I can get this magnet in there, see if I can get my tools back. I'd really like to have them, you know, because they're mine. Well, I got it, but it might have escalated quickly. But I got my tool. Found that Camaro. Really cool orange color. I really like it. V6. It's been painted it this color. It looks like it's black originally. 16-inch Z28 wheels, or they're not only on the Z28s, but definitely on them. Nothing special. Yeah, worth looking at though. So what else we can find while we're here? Thought I'd swing back over and see what was left on this thing. Man, somebody has had a good day. Got themselves some floor pans. Yeah, those after it. Cut the tank out of it. Man. Nonetheless. Tail lights. Did they get that open? Nope. I must have crawled through that. That had to suck. So what else? Look at this, the Metro. It's got the fog lights. Ooh, yeah. Probably had a motor swap. It's done gone, so I know it's something cool in it. Whew, dashes out of it for racing reasons. Got the tail lights out of it just in case the cops come around. They won't see it. Outcast thinkers. Yeah. I always look for the break in the cars like this because, you know, one side's newer and one side's older. So if you look at the newer stuff, you're liable to catch better stuff that hadn't been picked over yet. Found a Dodge van like my high top handicap van. It's just low top work van still. Oh, it is rough. Oh, it is rough. Oh, it smells terrible. I don't even know that I needed anything. I just kind of wanted to look. Yeah. It's been sitting for a minute, too. Man. Oh, well. Keep on moving. Look at that Aztec. Everybody made fun of it back in the day, but if this came out today, people would flock to buy it. It was so far ahead of its day. It wasn't even funny. '84 Porsche 944. And people really are starting to get into these things. They're all right, I guess. In case anybody's curious, I ended up paying $46.08 for both seats together, and $46.08 for that backup camera. I don't know that that backup camera is the same as the one in the Jeep, but if it is, I mean, that's a lot cheaper than I could order a new one, I'm sure. So let's head back to the house and we'll see what we can get done today. I got these bad boys in here, but they don't work. The back on that one's broken. I don't know if you can tell or not, but this is should be going to stow position. Oh, that one's actually released now. Maybe they're going to stow. That'd be fantastic for me at this very moment. So, nope, not really. Just playing. I'm not touching anything, and they're just kind of doing their own deal. So after fiddling with those seats yesterday for a while, I think I'm just going to return them. Maybe. I have found a guy that's a little over an hour away. It's not a guy, it's a junkyard. They're checking for me right now to see. They have one with a tan interior, and theirs is, I think, a limited. Mine's a touring. So I'm hoping he thinks it has leather, but he wasn't sure. He didn't know if it was manual or power. I'd really like to have manual third row seat just so it works. I don't care anymore. So nonetheless, I'll let y'all know what happens when it happens. Hey, I finally heard back from the Junkyard. They say they have a seat that's manual, that's tan, which is just a bonus, but it's cloth. I don't care. We're going to go get it. So I'm going to head that way. It's about a little over an hour away, and pick it up. I'll show you what we get when we get there. I got down here, and this place is old school. I've already went down there and talked to the folks. I've actually already picked the seats up and put them in, but I'm gonna pull back up here and get them paid. I'm gonna ride on to a better spot. There's just no place to park good here, really. So many people in and out and whatever, but yeah, I'll show you. They ain't pretty, but they'll work. They do work. That's the important part. So I'm sure the camera won't quite show this, but these seats are, well, you can tell they're nasty. So the biggest reason I went through with buying these, see all that plastic on the bottom? That's only on the manual seats. The non-manual ones have like a flap that goes there for the powered ones. So I have these now. I can put the powered seat covers that match the rest of the car on these frames now, and we'll be fine. This seat was stuck up when I got it. I've sprayed it down. I've got it loose, but I'm gonna have to take it apart and work with it. But now if we have to just have a piece out of this, I can go get that, but I couldn't find anything that matched. I also had to have this bottom trim piece. So we've got all that now. I'm gonna let that soak in WD-40 for a while, and we'll see how that goes. But well, that seat's in. It's gonna work. I soaked that one side down. I'll get it freed up. I'm not really worried about that. And then we'll get the seat covers that I already have put on it. It'll work out. I have good confidence in this now. I'm sick and tired of working on this van, but we're almost done with it. So next week's video, we'll get that tackled and done. I don't think that'll be too much. And then we'll try to tackle the Jeep. Hopefully the parts come in, and we can get it worked up and finished. And me and my wife have decided to keep this Town and Country and sell the Honda Odyssey that I have. So, you know, the Honda Odyssey that we have it's you know, about the same age, but it's got almost 300,000 miles on it, and it's not nearly as nice as this thing. But the kicker was, yesterday I drove it to go get the twins, and putting them and the wheelchairs in the Odyssey is so much harder. The roof line's not as high, so it's much, much tougher. But anyways, I'll see y'all next week. Thanks for watching.